welcome you guys. My name is Benjamin. I am the head of the concept department over at Vekoma, and I'm here to show you around our shop today, so just follow me. So before we get to the assembly hall, which is like right down there, there's a little shop down here, which is where we do all our NDT work. So part of the Q&C process, the quality control, is NDT. So that's basically everything that's welded and stuff for revision projects that get back in. So it's not just the new trains that get a quality check, but it's also projects that come in through parts and service of coasters that have been cycling and vehicles that are brought back for revision. It's not mandatory, but there's a manual that states you need to do in these checks. Some parks have shops or have local shops that they can go to outsource it. Some have revision projects coming here. So this is what we call the clean shop. So this is the assembly hall for vehicles. We also do pre-mounted trackside equipment in here. So in our other shop, when we build, for instance, lift or brake zones, we bring the steel back down here, and this is where the booster drives and the brakes get mounted, calibrated, even sensors get installed. So the whole thing gets shipped pre-mounted to site, so you don't have to do anything like that on site. This is usually like completely full, at least like 2 or 3 full trains projects being assembled down here as a line. What is down here right now is the gondola for a madhouse. This is like a typical assembly station for a single train. So what you see down here are the chassis, the lower bodies of the vehicle, already with the wheel carriers and everything mounted. For these high-end Class 5 products, as we call them, they are allowed to take the highest forces according to standards. Most, if not all parts, are completely bolted. So they are machine parts, much like in the aviation industry, and then bolted together. And then these are the upper bodies, the vehicles. In principle, the whole body is self-supporting under the force windows that we designed it to. In this shop, this is where we have a rig to actually build track, to weld track, but it has been shipped to our other location. So at this point, you only see the 2 rail pipe bending machines down there, which have been custom built for Vekoma to cold roll these types of tubes or pipes. It's like a 3D bending curve. It's much like the machines that IKEA is using to bend seat frames, but on a much larger scale. So you have those rollers, and we'll clamp a straight pipe in there. And then the computer, based on all the data that's coming from our track design, will sort of cold roll in a couple of motions and a couple of moves that rail pipe in its definitive shape. So this is the back lot of the shop that you guys just visited. So if you look at the main door, that's where we'll get all the track pipes down in, ready for bending. And then obviously when stuff is assembled down here, it gets shipped back out down here. And this is just a laydown area before things go on transport. Everything that you see down here is just basic rough pipe metal, which is backbones and rails back down there. So that's the 1101 vehicle, the one we put on all our new trail rides. This is a mock-up, or actually a show model, of a vehicle that's been a little bit older already, and it's been developed for our replacement market of the older Vekoma. So what we call the 1200 track, the original track, also used by Aero. So this is a train or a body that we would put on boomerangs, for instance, and rides of that era. This is our latest incarnation of what we call the 711. It's nothing to do with the shop. So that's our junior train that we're putting on full circuit rides, but also the family boomerangs that you guys have ridden. It's a little demo model to show you like the different ways of custom texturing in a sort of a mine train kind of fashion. And then down there That's our STC train, the suspended thrill coaster train. So that's our latest generation of inverting suspended trains. It's not a revision of the original SLC vehicles, but it's more based on the SFC, so the suspended family coasters that have been around. It looks like it's the exact same seat, but it's not. So there were slight changes to improve comfort, but also improve containment. So it's a completely different restraint system that allows you to go upside down, hang upside down, without any additional vests or pads or anything like that. These dampers that look like they are the same dampers on the SFC, that sort of allow for a compliance, like a swing of a couple of degrees angle. They are actually built out of springs plus dampers. So it means that we, particular to a certain layout, can tune the stiffness. So we can lay out how much of swing you want in there and how much what's in dynamics called decoupling of the vibration that the chassis will feel from the track actually travels down into the seats. So it's not just to allow a little bit of swing, a little bit of lateral motion in there, but it's also to make for the smoothest ride possible down there.